trouble the most. Oh, keep your focus, don't compare. Your shine is yours, they can't take you there. You're a child of the universe, yeah. Oh, you belong right here. No less than the stars and trees. Yeah, yeah, breathe it in, breathe it in. Whether you see it or not, the world's unfolding as it's gotta be. As it's gotta be. Oh. Take care of your dreams, even the small. Take care, take care. They're your anchor when life feels like it'll fall. Be cautious, the world's got games to play. But don't lose hope, there's heroes every day. Oh yeah, love's still alive. Even when it hurts, it survives. Let the years guide you, drop that pride. Agent's not losing, it's gaining the ride. Hold strength inside for when life's too rough. But don't beat yourself up, love yourself enough. Most fears, they're born from the lonely nights, from the tired fights, not the real sights. Discipline's good, but gentleness heals. Find the peace that only you can feel. You're a child of the universe, yeah. Oh, you belong right here. No less than the stars and trees. Yeah, yeah, breathe it in, breathe it in. Whether you see it or not, the world's unfolding as it's gotta be. As it's gotta be. Ooh. Be at peace with God, however you see. However you see. And in the chaos of life, keep peace in me. Peace in me. With all the lies and the broken dreams, it's still a world of beauty, it seems. Oh yeah, yeah, find the happy. Oh, be cheerful, strive for joy, my friend. The rhythm of life, it'll carry you to the end. Carry you home. Oh yeah.
That was Poppa Presents by Dom Ferrero. What was the name of that song? It's
Desiderata.
Desiderata. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Where's it?
Thank you.
Oh, it already skipped to the next song, so I couldn't. Oh, Matthew. You and your technology. So I want to thanks everybody again. You know, some people that were here yesterday, they've showed up again today. So I just want to do a shout out to everybody that keeps showing up to these lives. It's actually really cool. It's a really cool feeling to have people that would, like, I'm putting stuff out and then people are like into it. It's the coolest thing. And I'm into your stuff too. So it's a two-way street. Like I'm constantly listening to your stuff, but welcome to the show. Second live in 2 days. I usually do one a week. But I did one yesterday for the European time slot to give them some love out there. So some might still be tuning in, but it's like 3 or 4 in the morning. So those people are crazy, man. Europeans are crazy. So I just want to go through some things before I introduce Dom, which most of you already know. Yes, there's going to be an ad that pops up like every 18 minutes. If you watch it, that's fantastic. If not, it will be a bit disruptive. I still haven't figured out a way to have it slotted in exactly what I want. I think I have a way. It says manual, so I might be able to tick a button. But I'm too afraid to set that up because I may not be able to figure it out live because I have to do this by myself. Next thing, if you look in the description in the YouTube video, you'll see where you can submit your songs. As I do these lives, we'll pick random parts to spin up your songs and play them live. And then we'll probably comment about them as we go. But yeah, it's a cool chance to show because I don't just do like my 5 featured artists, I play the whole song. Unless the one like yesterday was like 10 minutes long, but it had a natural pause. I'm like, that's enough. We'll do that. That's a good song. Sweet. Next, if you could look it down in the description below, I have links to a few different places. If you can support the channel, if you feel inclined to do so, I very much appreciate when you do. Like, you have no idea how much I appreciate. I literally talk about this with my wife. I can't believe how lucky I am that people support. And you can either do that with the PayPal link. There's a button in the video itself. You can make a donation, or just support, or buy a T-shirt. Like I've said before, I don't make a lot of money off of that, but I really love the shirts being out in the world. Or make a donation to the John Fawcett Foundation. I've spoken a lot about that. That's really cool. Want to get that stuff out of the way. Also, if you can I want to get this done now. I don't want to be talking about this stuff after, right? I know people will miss because they'll come on a bit later. But if you can like the video and subscribe if you haven't already, the likes are good because YouTube likes that stuff. Comment all you want. The comment section's where it's at. You guys end up connecting a lot to each other in the comment section, which is good because this show is about community. We're going to go to Dom, who has like one of the best communities out there in the world at the AI Music Society. Dom, Poppa Presents Music. How are you going? We're basically best friends now. I want to introduce you. Talk a bit about yourself, who you are, and why you're here.
You didn't tell me I was going to have to talk about myself.
Well, you do have to talk. I could talk about you for ages. So.
Oh, well, I'm flattered. No, thank you. Yes, my name's Dom. I put music out through Poppa Presents Music, and I'm the admin, founder, whatever you want to call it, of the AI Music Society. And I'll tell you, it's a Facebook group right now and a YouTube channel right now, but there are some great expansion plans and things happening as we speak that'll be coming out the next week or two that I'm very excited about, because I really want to help bring communities together in the AI music space. There's some groups that all gel, I think, together. And if you're in those groups, you know what I'm talking about. So it would be nice to, I don't want to be too cryptic, Matt, but you know what's going on. There's some interesting things coming out.
There's some secrets.
Yeah, there's some secrets, but it's going to be good. I hope it's going to be good for everybody, because that's what this is all about, is trying to help people improve their craft, trying to help people get exposure so their music and videos can be found, and trying to help people find some happiness and joy in their lives. And music, I mean, it is medicine. There is no question about it. And creating music is some of the best medicine there is. And as far as the AI Music Society goes, that group, people are always giving me credit for it. And honestly, if it wasn't for our moderators, like Kenny Bramson, he's the OG moderator, Dick Buttons, also known as Fallen Angel AI Music, Stephen McDonald, Toby, Adam David, Dan Fikes. Those guys are behind the scenes doing a lot of stuff, and the group wouldn't run without them. So I'm just grateful, beyond grateful for their help. And I've got some other people that I want to mention too, Matt, but we'll just wait a little bit on that, so I'm not monopolizing your live time.
No, you're not at all. I'm happy just to have the guest only scene. Dom, you can just talk. Makes it a lot easier for me. That's fine with me. We can do all our talking offline.
Sure.
So Mellow Delight mentions long live the society. Mellow Delight here all the time. SHS Slayer's here. Professor Jacket's here. Gray Weston here. Like, people just show up all the time. This is what we're talking about. Like, so there's, I think by design, this AI music is basically made to be to bring people together. I was listening to a podcast last night from the CEO of Suno, Mikey Schulman, who was talking about how he's hoping that, like, the question was asked, how do you see this in 5 years' time? And the way he saw it in 5 years' time is that it is actually a community of people releasing songs and listening to each other's songs, putting stuff out, and supporting each other. So I didn't know that. I think when Suno 4.5 came out was when he did that interview, and it had just come out, and I just basically listened to it last night. By design, AI music is actually meant to bring people together, which I thought was cool. I didn't know that, and it is actually happening.
That's really cool. I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt. If you just look at the variety of communities just on Facebook alone that have sprung up. I mean, I know Discord has communities, and it's just, there's these great pockets of amazing people, amazing creative minds that are coming together. And when you bring creativity like that together, magic is made. No doubt, magic is made. And we've seen it. I mean, some of these songs that come out are just mind blowingly good. And I think we can all agree that there's plenty of AI music that's better than what you would hear on the radio today. And the collaborations we're seeing and the video productions, I mean, we are very lucky to be where we are right now. And I'm saying everybody that's involved in AI music, because this is the beginning, and we get to watch it turn into whatever it's going to turn into, and we get to be a part of that too. And that, I mean, that's special.
Yeah, I think the cool thing is, right, I think most of us intuitively know that wanted to jump onto this really early. I think there's a thing that you go, I want to get into this really early because it's going to mean some sort of level of success for me. That's probably the first thing you think of, right? Like that's your initial motivation. And then in order to stay in it, it has to be more than that. You can't be like, because I want to be rich. Like that's not really like an actual motivator. Like the reality of it is to stick in it, it's like addictive. Like when I do my 5 featured artists and I see people following along with the links and leaving comments, I go, dude, I just think that's just people helping each other out. And I just want to facilitate that as much as I can. I just really want that to happen. And you're very much the same way too. You're active in your community and making sure stuff is done the right way. Talk a little bit about the AI Music Society, because I love the way you run it. And you run it with a lot of moderators and things too, which is something that I struggle with is getting the help. I have people that have forced their way into helping me, and I'm so grateful that those people have done that, because they do things I couldn't possibly do, and they've created spaces in my community that I wouldn't have, and they wouldn't run anywhere near if I tried to get those going. How does that happen for you? Like, how have you done that? How have you built like an awesome community? Is this something you planned on? Is this something you fly by the seat of your pants?
It was a fly by the seat of your pants thing in the very beginning. When the group started, it was Donna AI Pros, and we were all using Donna, and it was great until it wasn't great anymore, and that it became natural to be like, well, who knows where people are going to land? Donna, Suno, Udio. I mean, who knew? So then I was thinking, let's just do something bigger. And if it wasn't for the members, especially the people that joined early on, the OGs, and who you are, they kind of helped lay the foundation, and it grew. But here's the thing: it could be a lot bigger than it is now, but we don't care about quantity. We want quality. So, for the approximate 1,200 members we have now, that's a small group by a lot of people's measure, but ours is a concentrated group, if that makes any sense, right? It's not diluted with thousands of members who, are just there to dump their music and run, do hit and runs all day long.
Yeah, well, you're probably the first one that I've seen to clean up that process, because I've been before I even joined the AI Music Society, I was in other Facebook groups. I'm just going, Jesus, like it was overwhelming. Just people watch my stuff. And it was noticeable. No one was.
Nobody was. And so the way we kind of structured in the beginning was a bit selfish for me. And what I mean by that is, and I've talked about this on other shows, I have a lot of medical issues, physical issues, and mental health issues. And so I wanted to create a space where from the very beginning, it was established that, assholes aren't allowed.
Yeah.
If you're going to be an asshat and act like a jerk, as you see in many, many communities, we don't tolerate that. And that's hard for some people. And it's not and I'll tell you, the moderator team, and me, think maybe I take things a little too personally sometimes, because it's hard for me to want to boot anybody out of the group, to swing the band hammer, because it's a simple set of rules, and it's frustrating when there's somebody with so much talent, but they keep putting their song on the wall. They keep spamming the wall, and eventually they have to go, and that's terrible. We want people to be involved and to be engaged and to be happy, but we can't please everybody. And I'll tell you that we deny about the same number of requests that we approve for the group. So we could be much, much bigger. But we look at the profiles of the people that are requesting to join. We're looking for signs of spammers, scammers, and you know what? Sometimes we get it wrong, but I think more often than not, we've been getting it right. So
well, can we talk about, like you mentioned, let me know if I shouldn't be talking about this. It should be okay. But well, no. The thing is, we'll keep it generic enough. It could be anybody. But like you told me about someone that kind of came back to you really harshly about being told they couldn't really be part of the community because there's you shouldn't be running a Facebook group that locked down. That's not what Facebook was meant for, and basically called you a communist or something like that. Generically speaking.
Basically, yeah. Generically speaking,
yeah.
Yeah. So this is the life of the internet, right? I mean, if you're out there and you're doing things, you're gonna get your haters. God knows I have my fair share, and I still love you guys, even though you hate me. I mean, it's just not going to change. But yeah, out of the blue, I got a guy comes into the group, posts some long, kind of weird post that gets deleted by one of the moderators, and rightfully so. It was a spammy, kind of weird post anyway, and my inbox got lit up by this person, and the message was, the way I run the AI Music Society is wrong. Facebook's not designed that way. You can't do this. You can't do that. You shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do that. And just raved on and on and on for a long time, and then said, you know what? And I'm not going to stay a member of your group.
Yeah.
Why would you? Like,
there's so many places to go. Like, but I just find people fascinating sometimes in that regard, because like, why do you care if somebody, like, there'd be over 1 million Facebook groups all around the world, and there's hundreds of ones that have to do with AI music. Like, what is it to you? Like, why would you take your time to even go through that and tell somebody that their group isn't, like, I don't understand how people use their time sometimes. It doesn't make sense to me.
It was disappointing because, this person, I think had it gone differently or whatever, maybe there was even opportunity for some collaboration there with what he was doing. So it's disappointing for me in that respect that, hey, you're another creator, and I'm not going to get a chance to get to know you because you decided to come at me, and it was completely weird and not unprovoked. I don't know, but for every one of those people.
I just wanted to use it as an example, which you have to do, because it's tough to be. People don't see what happens when you build something. When you build something, it's hard because, like you were saying, you want to see people come. It's hard for you to ban people because you don't want that. You want it to be a pleasant thing. When you make something, especially you spend a lot of time in it, and it starts growing and blossoming and all those things. It's a beautiful thing, and like you want everybody to love it. But we're adults, right? So we understand at some kind of like, on some level you can't please everybody, and some people are living their own lives and have their own experiences and you can't understand, but it's still hard. Like when you put something together that you want to be great, and it could be the devil, and the devil comes in and goes, your thing's sucking, and be like, oh, but why don't you like it? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
It's like there's still a part of your brain that doesn't register. Like, oh, what are you not seeing? Is this me? Even though it's not, right? So I just wanted, the reason I wanted to say, I didn't want to go down like the rabbit hole of D-bags or whatever, but I just want people to know building a community is hard. And I'll just jump in and tell you my life experience in this, because it's a good platform, because this is what this is about. And then we'll get to playing one of your songs, by the way. My first experience with starting a community online was like back in 2003, I think it was. And it was an online gaming clan called the Drunkards in Combat, DIC. We called ourselves. It was all, I wanted to be tongue in cheek. I wanted to be loose, whatever. And I didn't want any sort of moderation. I wanted everybody to have fun. But when you have no moderation and no rules, because you just want it to be not super serious, it just goes to shit. It falls apart, and you have conflicting personalities, and then you just take no joy at all in running the community, because all you're doing is making decisions on what spot fires to put out, and the fact that you can't have any joy because you're having to put out fires all the time, and this person's fighting, and they make a point that makes sense, but that person has an opposite point that makes sense as well, and then you just don't enjoy playing games anymore, right? So you learn from that, and that's why you have to have rules and filter out a community, because if you want to have any joy in building a community, you have to have a vision for it, and then you have to enforce that vision.
And the enforcing is it's hard, man. I mean, you think for some people it probably comes really easy, and for others, like you were just saying, not so much, and it's unfortunate. But man, the connections that have happened through the community, I've seen people come together that have similar struggles. I know I've become friends with some people that, I mean, we're basically mirrors of each other as far as what we struggle with, and how we think and what we feel, and that helps. I mean, beyond the music, I mean, we're talking about humanity, right? We're talking about people really, finding their tribe, so to speak, and really connecting. And there's a lot of loneliness and a lot of heartache and a lot of anxiety in the world. And I feel like us artistic types, maybe even a little bit more intensely, we feel it a little more intensely. And when we can realize that we're not alone, that's huge. And that affects us physically, mentally. It affects the music, the lyrics, everything that we do. We can find joy, guys. It's out there. And this music creating and all the things that go along with it, they definitely can help you find joy.
Yeah. There's like a two-parter to making AI music is the time you spend by yourself doing this stuff, and a song could take days, and you're getting the joy out of that, and you're building the song. And this is why I think this is why I like to do my 5 feature, and this is why I like, you're posting stuff and people are engaged, and the community part of it, because then after you spend so much time putting that stuff together, you want some sort of validation from at least one other person to hear that song and say, I've heard it, right? And either I've enjoyed it, but at least the hearing it, and the comment part of it on your YouTube video. And this is one of the reasons, like I said about Mikey put his thing out, like now you can comment on Suno songs, because you can sort of be validated in that way. So then it goes to the community. Once you go into the community, there's at least going to be a few people that are looking out for your stuff, or just randomly hearing your thing. So as much as that song is touching you while you're making it, the society members or the community members, and I have some really good people that will watch my 5 featured artists, and every single week will go and do that, and are proactively looking at, like, I'll find a song weeks later and I'm like, well, that's good, and those people are already there like commenting before I've even heard the song. So it's good. So also, Dom, you might want to take note. There's people in the chat right now that are saying that they're joining up, they're referring. So maybe you should start giving referral links and giving some community credits or something for people that are saying, I've joined because of the comments or something. Maybe you should do some affiliate links and paying people out for bringing quality people in.
Oh, so like, who would you have in mind? Like, who would be the first person
Oh,
that
geez.
we would do that for?
I don't even know. It was up there quite a bit, but Zanzibar is plugging quite a bit. Actually, Zanzibar is asking about the spinny wheel. Yes, we have the wheel. Actually, do you want to play our first song?
Yeah,
Like,
let's do
we
that.
can go down the rabbit hole because we talk all the time. We could just talk shit like for hours and completely forget to play a song.
Let's play a song.
Yeah, cool. I'm gonna bring it up. So I'm gonna bring up my screen. No, I'm not gonna do that yet because it was playing on this. Let's see.
See, now I can't see, remember. I can't see anything.
You can't
so.
see it, but I must have closed my browser. I'm gonna have to bring it back up. It's called no, it's right here. Is it there? Do I have it in the right browser? No, I don't have it in the right browser window. That would have been a disaster. Okay, cool. I'm gonna bring that up here. Bring the spinny wheel. Got to bring the spinny wheel up. So stand by. Let's see. I'm in the right session. Oh, I hope Teemith and Sensu are here because if things break, my God! Yesterday there was a patch that Sensu had put out, and it made it so I wasn't able to approve new song submissions, and he was having to do it manually. But it looks like it's here. It's good. So I'm going to bring up the browser. Okay. Cool. All right, here we go. I'm going to approve these new songs. Dom, I know you can hear me. They won't be able to hear you when you talk. Do you have the live feed going? Cool. So you'll hear it about 10 seconds after I push the button. But I'm going to do the spinny spin, and I'll play it, and you can listen to it if you want, and we can just comment on the song. I'm always very excited about this. All right. Gray Weston. I'm aware of Gray Weston, so let's play this song.
I still see your taillights fading down that gravel road. You were crying, but you swore you had to go. Said you needed something I couldn't give. Guess I was too small for the life you wanted to live. Now you're better in the rear view than you were in my arms. Time's made your memory softer than your scars. I thought losing you would break me in two, but the truth is I'm better without you. Found your sweatshirt stuffed in the back of my truck. Thought it might hurt, but I barely gave a fuck. Turns out the nights are quieter when you're gone. Even the old jukebox don't play our song. Now you're better in the rear view than you were in my arms. Time's made your memory softer than your scars. I thought losing you would break me in two, but the truth is I'm better without you. Funny how love can feel like a cage, and freedom tastes sweeter when you turn the page. Now you're better in the rear view than you were in my arms. Time's made your memory softer than your scars. I thought losing you would break me in two, but the truth
So, Gray Weston, so awesome. Hey, I just want to mention someone in the comments that's here right now, Miami Blues. One of the people I was talking about that's there every week, going to everybody's stuff, commenting, doing his own research. Miami Blues. I think I'm actually waiting for a intro video to come back from Miami Blues for one of the songs that I want to feature in the. Oh no, I've given it away. Miami Blues is going to be featured. Now you all know. So thanks, Miami, for always being there. Dr. No, thanks for always being there. Bite Size AI, thanks for always being there. Professor Jacket, you maybe there a bit too much. I see you all the time. I don't know. It's like I wake up in the morning and there's Professor Jacket. But that's awesome. Professor Jacket, one of the hardest working people in the AI music industry, we'll say. You know, Zanzibar always there. Midnight Mike X has come back to the community, seeing around all the time. Nemesis YouTube popping up always. Freaking love this community, man. I didn't even know that it could be a thing. I was hopeful it could be a thing, and it's so good. And I just want to talk a little bit too, just briefly, about how we share communities, because commercially speaking, advice that I got years ago about blog writing and stuff is never linked to other people's communities, never to link to other stuff, because you want all the attention to be on yourself. You don't want to put people off. And I think that's such a bogus bunch of bull crap. It's non-innovative. It's non-innovative. Like, if you don't work with other communities in your space, you don't innovate and you stay still. And it's very negative and it's crap. And I think all of us in this space of building communities around this are super open about sharing each other's time, about helping each other out, being part of each other's, super positive. I was thinking how ironic it is how AI itself is completely non-personal. It just runs an algorithm and it does what it's told, but it creates a space for people to be super personal and create in their own ways and bring people together. I just, like, it's a vessel that you can use for good or bad, but somehow it's bringing people together in this. But I think a lot of it has to be with us that are sort of recognizing that you can sort of guide that too.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
What'd you think? What'd you think of the song?
I thought it was great. The visuals are great. I really like the sound. The lyrics are beautiful. No, it's great. I have to listen to it on a little bit of a delay, but yeah, no, that's good stuff. I haven't heard Gray Weston before, but he's definitely going to be on my list.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. I love, you know what? Like, people have been kind of getting on me when I'm talking about people. I'm talking about Main Records, about not being necessarily like country focused, but like I've mentioned a few times too, like I like it enough. Like I'm starting to have an appreciation for it. And there's another thing that this community goes nuts about. Why do you always have to make videos? And I think there was something in my Discord about someone that's very anti-video and all that stuff, but it adds a layer of depth. It tells a story in a different way when you add the visuals. And this one was particularly good at adding visuals to it as well.
I thought so too. I really do. I wish more people would share what tools they're using beyond Suno or Udio. You know, I mean, I haven't been able to figure out, like, how do you really encourage that, you know, to give us your stack, you know, tell us what tools you're using.
You know who's really good at that? Lewis Nomad, who you haven't seen Lewis Nomad here in a while, but Lewis Nomad constantly posts the tools in his videos down below, which tools he actually uses. And he's really good at making videos. I haven't seen Lewis in a while.
Yeah. Some people are really good about it, and I get it. Other people, it's like the secret sauce and you don't want to mess it up. Totally respect that. But I really would encourage everybody, you know, if you're in the groups and you're posting, maybe put a little note in your post that says, here's what I used to make this, because that's going to help new people find the right tools instead of wasting time and money or being taken advantage of by some tools that, you know, I mean, we all know there's some shady AI tools out there.
Main Records I can't believe I didn't think of this example. Main Records just mentioned that XBlue Division actually does put all his tools in the video in the description, which is a perfect because XBlue is like massively plugged into the community.
That's awesome.
Super positive dude. Like doesn't feel like this is somebody. Look, if someone could find a tool out there that can live translate XBlue Division. I've been dying to get XBlue for this reason because it's a leader in this community with putting visuals to the music, and the music itself is incredible. Very much his own style. Somehow has figured out to make his own style with I guess a technology that can be very generic at times. Has been able to incorporate his own style across all this stuff, make everything look different. But if you were to show me 100 videos and 10 of them were XBlue Division videos, I would tell you those are his. Even though all the videos, they have different themes, they have different looks to them, they're still in theme with that. So I appreciate. Thanks for pointing that out, Maine. So yeah, sorry, I jumped over the top here. I was just checking the comments.
Yeah, me too.
Chat's where it's at. Epoch Ensemble. There's someone else that's around all the time. Finally made it home to watch this. Hope you haven't missed too much. Well, I take that back. You know, you missed the start of it. You missed the important parts.
No, you haven't missed a thing, really. I mean, it's just been nothing worth seeing. You've missed nothing.
That's right.
But coming up, it's going to get even better. I hope.
That's right, because you're here too.
Well, no, because you're here. So
yeah, Phoenix always has the other view too. It's music. It's a music community, not a video community. But I think what stands us up, like what sets us apart as a community too, is I think we're all hands on. Like if you get someone that's really successful in traditional music, you don't have time to do your marketing, to do your community plugins, to do your videos and stuff. I think I find that a lot of people that are in this community are developers, work in gaming, work in different sort of tech support, work in IT project management, and like to get stuck in to things like this. I think video production with AI to go with the music is built into the ethos of who we are. So I think I don't know why that's been coming up quite a bit about video production, about AI, and whether it's good or bad, or whether that's hurting our community or helping our community. I think it hurts the community of the people that don't want to make music videos, because it is a lot of work to do quality. It is a lot of work. You don't wake up in the morning and your AI music video is made to your song.
That's true, but I also think people shouldn't be discouraged from simple lyric videos either. I mean, for some people, that's all they can do, and I think some of them are done very well, and they're very beautiful, and they really, they're great. They complement the music. It doesn't always have to be a huge production. So I think there's multiple levels, right, to the video debate, and I think we need to just be considerate that there are some people who legitimately, for whatever reason, can't make a video. Maybe they have some struggles. Maybe, they just can't do it. And so does that mean that we shouldn't give their music the same consideration as we do somebody who has a beautiful video produced? And I think everybody should be listened to, that's out there putting what they've created out there for us to listen to. But I get it, right? Videos are more appealing. That's the world we live in, right? Everything is driven by visuals and video. So it's a natural progression. It's in the ethos, like you said. It's not going away. But I don't think, how do you help people that can't make a video not feel discouraged?
Yeah. There's places though, like there's the AI music radio platforms that are out now, like Flare and AI Music Radio, and there's other ones, and you can put you can take your song and put it on Spotify playlists. You can submit to that if they're good in oh, excuse me, pardon, and all that stuff. But YouTube's a visual medium. Like you shouldn't like if people want to prefer to watch music videos on YouTube, that's like normal, right? Like I go to
Right.
YouTube because I want, you know, because I want to see videos, and that's like people have asked me like, oh, do you only you know select videos that or music to feature that are on YouTube or visual and stuff. Like, well, you know, there's a couple things to that. For one, there's a few things for that. For one thing, if you just give me a song, then you're expecting me to put something visual on my video. So now you're expecting me to spend an hour to put some sort of visual something together on behalf of you so I can feature your song on my YouTube channel. I don't think that's fair to ask me to do that.
No.
And another thing is like if I get if I'm comparing two songs that are equally good, it's a YouTube channel and I'm going to feature the one with video. Like I'm going to still like your song. Always, I think with very few exceptions, maybe I just got tied up and distracted or something. I'll always go to your video and like and subscribe your stuff when it comes through. You're going to get at least that. And sometimes, like, you know, I'll go back to AI. If I'm not going to feature a song, but I really like it, I will go to your channel. I'll go to the AI Music Society and I'll say, look, I'm not going to feature the song. Sometimes just because I've only featured them the week before.
Mhm.
I'll basically say, everybody at AI Music Society, check out the song. It's awesome. The dude's awesome. It's a good thing,
Yeah.
you know? And it's not too much. Like I think Zanzibar just said, and I agree with this. You know, you can go to like Visi.io and different visualizers, drop your song in, take a visualizer that already exists, a pre-made one, and say, there's a visualizer. At least you have some sort of moving video with it. So,
Yeah. Well, and at the most basic level, you know, like Suno will make a video for you that you can download and upload to YouTube, and at least you have some kind of presence on there. I mean, it's not the greatest, but it's a good place to start. You know, I mean, it's easy to start a YouTube channel, and if anyone out there struggles and they're like, I can't figure out how to start a YouTube channel, or how do you download a video from Suno and upload it to YouTube, you know, reach out through the AI Music Society. There are so many helpful people in that community that will step up and will walk you through these types of things, because we all had to start somewhere, and we should all recognize and encourage those who are taking the first step, because that's, you know, that's what we should be all about. The iron sharpens iron, right? I mean, the more you're around.
I've never heard that before, by the way. That's a good one. I'm going to keep that.
What? Iron
Iron
sharpens iron?
sharpens iron. I've never heard that expression. So
Yeah.
I'm
So that's
always
what.
like, one of my pillars of interviewing is to learn something. So there you go.
Right. Oh, there you go.
Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, you're welcome, but we should all be working together and definitely try to bring people into the communities, into the world of making AI assisted music, and then help them, you know, get off on a good start,
Yeah.
you know?
Yep, I agree. I'm not saying whatsoever that I don't support people that just have songs. But like people are saying, the songs are the most important part of anything. Like you could have the absolute best video on the planet, but if your song's kind of just at the starting point of your song career, it's probably not going to be featured. But then again, like I keep a list of people that I want to keep track of that are, you know, you only have one or two songs out there. It's not the greatest thing. You're sort of on my list, on my radar. Like they're new in the journey. I'll come back and visit later because the song has to hit. So,
Well, let me, if you don't mind, let me do a little plug for something we do in the group.
yeah.
We just recently launched officially the YouTube channel for the AI Music Society. And we're not competing with you, but what we have there, we're not necessarily putting videos up, but we've created a whole host of playlists, and each playlist, you know, different genres, and we're going to keep adding to them. But each playlist is curated by somebody specific, and they've taken responsibility for that playlist, and they put it together. So, you know, there's country rap, we have one for strange and unusual things that don't fit anywhere else. And I just want to say thanks to the curators that have stepped up and That's Matthew Notley and Christy Notley. We have Christopher Earl, Kenny Bramson, Doc Doobie, Robert Krigo, Toby. And you know what? There's another one that is considered a curator of a playlist, but I haven't been able to get this guy active and working on his playlist.
Sounds like a jerk.
Yeah, like a real jerk. You know, like
Jesus.
he's got a playlist. You know what he does? He interviews people that are involved in AI music.
Maybe you should interview someone to curate the playlist.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. That'd be a really good idea. No,
does his name rhyme with cat by any chance?
Yeah, it rhymes with cat. It's you, and everybody knows it.
Oh.
And you know,
that is something that I keep thinking I should do. As you know, I've got a few like major things coming up in the next couple of weeks, and I apologize. Don't. I do want to get that on there. That is a thing. Maybe I can get someone from the community to help curate that playlist. Look, what I want to do, thanks for calling me out on that, by the way, very publicly.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
What I want to do, I want to spin up another song, but what I want to before we go too far off community, which you sort of start bringing it back into, what I want to do is just say, when we come back here, I want to talk about your experience with community, why it's important to you, you know, some of the stuff that's been really impactful, and when we come back. But for now, I'll spin up the song. I'll bring it over to the, actually we'll bring it here, and I'll add anybody. If you want to submit a song, the link to do so is in the the description. There's a link to AI Play, which is an app that's been put out for free for us from T-Myth and Sensu. So I'll bring it back to here if I can bring it. Here we go. All right, I'm gonna go to. That's right. I gotta refresh. There we go. All right, we got 8 more songs. Here we go. I'm very excited. Yesterday on the live, it was basically all rock songs except for one hip hop song that was like awesome. Let's see if we end up with all country. Main Records would love that. I know everybody's going to want me to go full screen, so we're going to end up doing that. Jailhouse Lock. No media available. I don't know what that means. Ooh. If it says no media, I'm gonna start playing it. If it ends up with a black screen, let me see. If it ends up with a black screen, maybe I can bring it to you and me. I can still share the audio from it, but maybe we can just dance. How's that sound? It's 3 minutes and 59 seconds worth of dancing. All right, here we go. Okay, no media available is what it says. So that, you know what that means.
Respin.
No, not respin. We got to play this song. Ready? Hopefully, I think it's going to be a little bit quiet. I could just have guests. I could just have you, so I don't have to dance at all.
Don't do that.
I'm going to have the two of us. We'll dance together. Ready? This could be a really somber song, too.
The problem is I can't hear the song in real time, so I'm going to look even more ridiculous.
This is you're professional. You're professional, so you act in a professional manner. Ready? I'll tell you when the song starts. Ready? Oh, no, it's not playing. You know, I'm just going to go with no video. You dodged a bullet here.
All right.
Dodged a bullet.
Chaotic system, sensitive to initial conditions. Breaks time, reversal symmetry, self-similarity, but not always symmetry. Unable to ever exist as true zero. sacred geometry, asymmetry represents spiritual imperfectibility, considered to be divine, transformative, cosmologically, but metaphorically. Lived mood of a dogma, exponential randomness, which can't be divided. Deus in machina est. Vera, Libra, a vida diva esse, esse. Deus in machina est. Fuck it, divide by zero. Wake the phoenix, it's starving without warning. Atomic singularity, the maelstrom of matter, destruction on a scale incomprehensible. The beauty from the fear of nothing, shudder at the form of true equal. Nihil ex zodiac, nihil ex diem, nihil ex libra. I am the Almighty. Atomic. Lived mood of a dogma, exponential randomness, which can't be divided.
You know, guys, I feel like you're being robbed here. I know Jailhouse Lock makes like insanely awesome videos. Why don't we get Dom to talk a little bit about whatever Dom wants to talk about? Why don't you plug that software? I'm gonna find the video itself and bring it up and play it separately because
I think
like
that's-
I'm telling you, like one of the most creative things that I've seen out there is Jailhouse Lock's stuff. So go ahead and talk about your stuff. I'll bring up that video separately and we'll play it there.
All right. I'm not going to talk about the software, but I will talk about a thing that we have called the Society Scroll. It's an old school newsletter type thing. And we have several people that contribute to that newsletter. Dan Fikes is the editor of that newsletter. It goes out once a month. And we've got contributors like Adam David, Dick Buttons, Doc Doobie, Jaden Shields, Jay the Poet, Kenny Bramson, Stephen McDonald, and Christina. All are contributors. Sometimes I'll throw an article in there as well. But look for it in the group. It's under the top of the group. You'll find a link to guides. And if you click on guides, you'll see the Society Scroll there. There's also a PDF version that we are going to start emailing out, and there'll be an email sign up if you're interested in that as well. And it's a good idea to get on the society's email list, because if Facebook ever does what Facebook tends to do and we disappear, we can send out messages and let you know where to find us to get back in the group. So definitely have that. I don't know how you doing over there.
No, it's good. I just want to, I've got it loaded up pretty quickly, so I'm gonna go over there. Like I said, like it's insane. His stuff is insanely good, and I'm thinking, well, it's ironic that we were talking about video, the song being the most important thing, and one of the guys that makes the most intense, awesome videos, the video wasn't playable. But I'll bring it over there and we'll check it out.
Chaotic system, sensitive to initial conditions. Breaks time, reversal symmetry, self-similarity, but not always symmetry. Unable to ever exist as true zero. In sacred geometry, asymmetry represents spiritual imperfectibility, considered to be divine, transformative, cosmologically, Wake the phoenix, it's starving without warning. Atomic singularity, the maelstrom of matter. Destruction on a scale incomprehensible. The beauty from the fear of nothing. Shudder at the form of true equal. Nihil ex zodiac, nihil ex diem, nihil ex libra. I am the Almighty. Atomic. Lived mood of a dogma, exponential randomness, which can't be divided. Deus in machina est. Vera libra, avida diva esse, esse. Deus in machina est. Phoenix star, please set me free. Undeniably, what the world must be. Phoenix star, please make me say atomic symmetry as everything falls from dust to singularity. Lived mood of a dogma, exponential randomness, which can't be divided. Deus in machina est. Vera libra, avida diva esse, esse. Deus in machina est. Vera libra, avida diva esse, esse. Deus in machina est.
Insane, like always insane. And Jailhouse Rock only kind of came to me maybe a month or two ago, and I just couldn't get enough of this stuff. Just incredibly, I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Like, you know, if people are really good at that, do that. But the songs are always really good, and the videos are just unique, right? And pushing boundaries. And I wish I could tell you like something like that will come across the submissions things, and I'll just go, it's so different. I like seeing weird. I like seeing different. I mean, I like standard stuff too. Like I'm a glam rock guy back in the 80s. That stuff's all on repeat, like, you know, but then something like that, you just go, dude, just refreshing and new and different. It's good just to have something different hit your face. And that stuff hits your face.
It does hit your face. I missed the very end. I was looking at a text, but that video was really, I mean, and the song, just phenomenal. This is what I'm talking about. Like the talent that we're surrounded by and that we get to you know, be around, learn from, you know, it's just amazing what's out there.
Yeah. Dude, I'm pumped after that song. Maybe we just end the broadcast now. That
All
was
right,
just so
I'll
good.
see you later.
No, I was only joking. Cool.
Okay.
So let's talk about your experience. So there's a reason why you like community, right? Like you find it. We all sort of hit like on our dark places, and it's good to have the music to sort of get through it. And you've mentioned in the interview with me previously, which was months ago, and that's a pretty successful interview. It's a well watched and continually to be watched interview that I did, and you talked a lot about how you have been in therapy for a while, and specifically things weren't as successful to connect to work through your therapy as much as making AI music has, working through those songs and building songs, which led to other stuff. Could you talk about that? And the reason I want to talk about that, I'm just going to bring something up on my screen. No, I'll bring that up later. Talk about what AI music has meant to you and why community is important to you.
Well, I think it's important to me for the same reasons it's important to a lot of people. as I was saying earlier, when you have struggles in life, and we all have struggles, nobody should compare their struggles to anyone else's. But when you can find like-minded people and you could find something to gather around, so in this case, music, AI assisted music, um, once you form a bond around something like that everybody's kind of into, then other bonds start to be formed, relationships grow, and you find a home, and I don't care what anybody says, it's having a place in a Facebook group is not any less than having a place you go physically in your community. If anything, it's even more helpful because it's a different form of communication, which helps people who struggle with being out in public and things like that. Look, my story goes back a long way, but I'm a completely different person than I was 8 years ago. If you look at the thumbnail that's on this live or was on this live, that's a picture from me about 7 years ago. I'm wearing a shirt that says "The bully stops here" because I can't stand bullies, and I would always try to help people stand up and prevent that from happening. But that was 7 years ago, and I was in the middle of an absolute breakdown of everything health-wise, physical and mental. It was really bad, and it got to the point where I had an attempt to commit suicide, and thankfully, for me, my belief in Jesus Christ, he stepped in, I believe, and stopped me from that last little bit of squeeze on the trigger. And regardless of what you believe, for me, that's what happened. And from that moment, certain parts of me improved over time, and I like the person I've become now better than I like the person that I left behind. But also things got worse medically for me, and the amount of medications that I take, so many of them, one of the side effects is weight gain. So I don't know how many of you out there can relate to this, but that picture was 7 years ago and 150 pounds ago. I have medication induced obesity, and that coupled with my extreme pain that I have physically, which prevents me from being as active as I would want to be, it created a perfect storm. And I put on a lot of weight, and that creates a vicious cycle, as I'm sure a lot of you know out there that struggle with this. When you are overweight, when you're obese, it affects your mental health. Well, what happens when your mental health was already poor to begin with? And then you have to, so I'm not looking for sympathy from anybody. The reason I'm telling this is because I know there are others out there that have similar struggles or have similar stories. And I want you to know you're not alone, and that you should keep finding joy anywhere that you can. And that if you need to chat with somebody, reach out to me through the AI Music Society. I'm happy to give you time when I can. Many parts of my day, I can't really do much at all. And I try to give my free time, obviously to my family first and foremost, but I put a lot of my energy and free time into the community, and it's given me some purpose. When I lost everything health-wise, I lost a lot of other things too. But creating this community and then watching it grow and watching it become so supportive, it has helped me in tremendous ways. And I just pray that this community really, really has helped some other people too, because that's really what I'm looking for. I'm looking to help people in any way that I can.
Dude, I really appreciate you sharing that too. I know you shared it with me before, and we spoke prior to this. I wanted to make sure it was brought up because a lot of people that come through this space. They've been in some really dark places, and the music and creating the music is one of the things that helps bring people out. Like you mentioned specifically that your therapist,
Yes. Yeah, I forgot you actually specifically asked me about that. I went off on a tangent and forgot
No,
to
it's
answer.
not a tangent at all, man. I appreciate you sharing. You got to share it in the way that you feel comfortable in sharing it. But just, you know, the music, making the music's helped you. The community's helped you, you know?
Yeah, my therapist has been blown away, and I think everybody should give therapy a shot, whether you think you need it or not. I resisted it for so long, and it turned out to be one of the best things I've ever done. But my therapist, when I first got into this, the lyrics, when I first realized what you could do with AI music in the Donna era, the lyrics just poured out of me. It was this like vomiting of all this emotion and built up family trauma, you name it, PTSD stuff from things in my life, and just it all came out, and I wrote a bunch of songs, and it was just like this cathartic thing. It really for a while took a huge weight off my shoulders. And I don't create as much music as I want, and lately I've been in a creative rut, I feel like, and I know you guys can relate to that too. But my therapist has been blown away by how much it's helped me and how therapeutic it is. And I hope that she recommends her to her other clients or her other patients that they give it a shot too. We lost Matt. Are you there, buddy?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry. What happened?
Nothing. I don't know.
I don't know. Something
Stop
dropped.
talking.
Yeah. Sorry, man. Sorry. That was so yeah. So I wanted to get that out. And also there's a lot of people sending love out to you. And also people, this is why I wanted to talk about, because there's people in the comments right now that are being very open about how they've had struggles, and there were points in their lives where they possibly could not have been with us at this point too, and that AI music has helped them get through and all that. And I want to just say, like, there are, if this conversation's troubling for you, there are places you can go to. I want to give my example too. Like, I'm going to show a photo up here of, like, I didn't know mental health was a thing. I knew, like, I struggled when I was roughly new to Australia. That was like 25 years ago. And I was going through divorce at the time, and my support network was completely gone. I was very much on the edge, like you were. And fortunately, I found baseball, like local sport. I thought I'd need to be around people. I can't just be in my head all the time. And then initially, like even at the club level here, stuff was overly competitive and not very welcoming. And I thought, well, at the lower grades, when I'm with people that are my age, I don't know what they're going through. And I thought I was brilliant. I'm going to be nice to people all the time and give people opportunities that I didn't get, of people going all like middle-aged dudes or whatever. I'm going to do that. But I didn't realize, I didn't know some people. I'm just going to bring something up on my screen. Hopefully you can see this. Let's go. Screen only. So this is my buddy Luke. Hopefully you guys can hear me. At this point, I always use this because Luke is someone that at the time I didn't know he was going through a thing. And the whole season, I'm like always encouraging him, great job. This is the last game of the season 14 years ago. And I gave Luke an opportunity to catch. We couldn't lose, whatever. I was usually the catcher at the time. And I let him do it. He was terrible, but I'm like, hey, good job, good job. I didn't know that Luke had been drinking in the parking lot to be able to function for like an hour before the game. And I always think, like, I'm looking at the clubs, I'm like bouncing on a call. This guy is fantastic. I feel really good about myself. I never asked him if he's having a good day. I found out like there was 3 times prior to that he was possibly not. That's not it. That he was possibly not going to be with us, right? And he told me that years later. Since then, he's an advocate for people with men that need support networks. He gets people into communities like this one. But I was completely unaware. And we talk about this for the last 14 years. Every year, I post that up on his screen as a reminder that I was completely ignorant, and I should be asking people, how you going? I should be making myself available to say, you know, if you're not okay, it's okay to talk to me, and that's fine if you're not, and let's get through it. You know, because that photo just showed there's clouds in the sky on his part, and it's a blue sky above my part, because I was completely unaware. You know, he's good now. He swims the English Channel. He advocates for people who are struggling and all that. But that's why we have community, is, you know, we connect in that way.
Absolutely.
Cool. There's a lot of people talking about the thing. We'll move on from that. What I want to do is spin up a song.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I didn't want to be too strong, but I'm just talking about this is the part. Because I know for a fact in our community, there's people that are struggling. I know a lot with the music, people have come out of that struggle, but I want people to know that they're not alone. And I want to be aware that they're not alone, because that photo is always there to remind me. So what I'll do is I'll bring up the wheel, and hopefully we have an issue that issue's been fixed. Go here. Refresh. All right. 4 more songs to approve. Fantastic. Wonder how many songs have actually in there. I don't even know. How many? 37 submissions. That's crazy. All right. We're going to spin it up. Prisoner by Lyrical Library. I've seen a little bit of lyrical stuff, but let's check it out.
Footsteps echo in the hollow air. Shadows twist, but nothing's there. They whisper truths, I feel their lies. I see the world through fractured eyes. I see ahead of me that which is an impossibility, through a maze that twists, where time and space persist. With hell in sight and confusion coursing in my veins, cursed or chosen, it feels the same. They pull me under, they twist my side, but I am always seeking. I am the dark night. I hear them screaming in my mind, tearing through my ties that bind. Is this real or just the dark? My broken soul or a burning mark. Hell is watching, I feel his gaze, a silent judge in endless haze. This journey I'm on, it's nothing but a maze. I am searching, dreaming, but I feel a taste. The voices rise, the walls collapse. I cut them down, I won't look back. I'm weak, I'm not lost. Even if my lines are crossed, through the fire, through the pain, I will break, but never in vain. I hear them screaming in my mind, shattered echoes start to unbind. Is this real, or is this me, running across in hell's banshee? They are screaming, is this me, or hell's banshee?
Ooh, produced by Refusion. Controversial. Not controversial as much as it Refusion's entering the conversation a bit more lately. But Refusion almost implies that it was when it was the free tier, because I think it's producer AI now is what it's called. So, which is not the free tier. So I was mentioning some. Geez, I already forgot. Who was it that mentioned? Synthara mentioned. I was thinking like, man, I was really afraid to hit that wheel, because after that really heavy hitting conversation, I'm like, what if it ends up like a really satirical song with like carnival music or something?
It would have been great. It would have been tough.
I guess it would have served a purpose of taking us out of the funk, but at the same time, like this last song gave us a moment to reflect, I suppose. Imagine if like Steel Panther Community Property comes out, you know.
Oh man, what else you want to talk about?
What do we want to talk about? I want to talk about some of the other projects that I know. Dilly Hits isn't here. I think Dilly Hits has a new podcast coming out. I think Professor Jacket, correct me if I'm wrong, but you have a new thing coming out where I think it's AI driven podcasting. Is that correct? Let's see in the comments there. I know Professor Jacket's here.
Yeah, he's here.
Yeah. I'm just curious about that. So this is what's good. Like, we're not just pumping out music anymore. I don't know how Professor Jacket does it. Like, I know Professor Jacket works, but with 18,000 collaborations going on, 17,000 personas, making quality video stuff, putting time into the personas, and putting out like a podcast. Like, how is that even possible?
Well, I'll tell you how it's possible. I think it's possible that Professor Jacket isn't a real person.
Ooh, I haven't seen Professor Jacket and Batman in the same room.
Well, exactly. So obviously, maybe he's AI. Maybe he's AI. Wouldn't that be something if there was personas in our community? I don't know. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole.
Professor Jacket has a stand-up comedy special coming out Friday.
That's
There we
awesome.
go. Yeah. Okay. I'm curious. So I know there's some collaboration with the family going on there too. So that might be going. Maybe he's outsourcing all the hard work to his daughter because he didn't have to pay. That's a possibility. So what's the future of the AI's Music Society? Because I would like to plug that a little bit more. I try to plug it as much as you put the hard word on me that you weren't going to be my friend anymore unless I plugged your channel. So.
Yeah, you got to plug it. The future, I was just talking to someone about this too. I think it would be, I don't know. I think it would be really cool to find a way to bring some of these existing AI music communities together, not like into one entity, but kind of like I would love to see the AI Music Society be the glue to, not for every AI music group out there, but for certain ones. I think that there's good chemistry, and I think that it would be really neat to do some group collaborations, and for the society to be something that provides services or provides, I'm not exactly sure, but some way to be the glue to help all communities that share our kind of way of doing things, our ideals as far as being nice people and friendly to each other and helpful to each other, kind of just to be the glue for that. And you know what? I think I'm just going to talk about, if you're okay with it, I might as well talk about the app.
Talk about the app, and I want to plug about a little bit about my wider community that my dream for what I'm doing with my community. I'll talk to that after. You talk about your app, and I'll get to my overall arcing vision that I want to do over the next few years. I've spoken about it a little bit, but you talk about that part, and then I'll get to the community part that I'm trying to form.
Okay. So I wasn't going to let the cat out of the bag, but what the hell? Currently, we are testing an app. It's very simple. It's very accessible to everybody, and it's kind of a no frills app, but it's got the potential to have features added to it and things that people would want. Anyway, this app is a contest hub. It's a way of managing AI music video contests, and we'll create them. We can run them. They run automatically. There's different voting schemes that we can set up. We can even do secret ballot, so you don't see a running tally of everybody's votes. It's really a neat web app, and I think it's going to be huge, not only for AI Music Society, but for some of the other groups that are out there as well. And you know who you are because we've been talking about it. So it also is going to be kind of a central hub right now with some links that serve the AI Music Society, like a link to our YouTube channel and to the Facebook group, and also a merch store. So we're starting a merch store, and my lovely wife is in charge of that. And this merch store, the goal is not for us to make money. The goal is to, one, help pay for the monthly cost of having a web app like that, and then two, to fund. We kind of create like this fund where we can put prizes on certain contests and say, hey, you know what? You're going to win merch. You're going to win AI Music Society merch, or if we have other organizations, other groups come in and use the platform, their merch. And so any sales in the store are going right back into the community. So let's say you win a contest. Hey, you get a choice of a t-shirt or a coffee mug or a water bottle, up to this dollar amount. I send you a code. It takes care of shipping, and it does ship worldwide. So it would serve all of our community. And that's kind of the short to medium term vision right now. And I hope that people get excited about that. I haven't been reading the chat, so I don't know if anyone's even talking about it, but that's kind of the short and medium goal. But the overall goal is to continue to help artists and to continue to try to be the glue as much as possible to keep all these organizations together and to help them out.
I'm glad, and also there's other people too. Like there's the one that I'm running with, the spinning wheel of the sentient wheel.
Yeah, that's awesome. That is so cool.
People are sort of developing stuff out. We've been trying to get a particular competition going for months, and haven't really had a way to be able to manage it the way that we want to be managed it. So I'm excited to use this application to run that competition.
Yeah, me too.
And
it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, right now the competitions are limited to, this is in the testing phase, but 1 vote per person, 1 entry per person. But it's also set up so we can do brackets. We can run it, a bracketed contest, which would just be phenomenal. I think it'd be a lot of fun. And they already kind of do that over in AI Music Fight Club.
Yeah. So Zanzibar is asking what competition. Should we let the cat out of the bag, but we want to be the first to run. I sort of let the cat out of the bag yesterday, actually.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, a little bit. I couldn't help myself because I was specifically doing a live stream for people in Europe, and then I just couldn't help but blab.
Well, I mean, that's a good audience to blab to. Why don't you go ahead? Tell them what we've been talking
I
about.
probably should because not everybody that's in this channel has heard of Eurovision before. Like sometimes I had to be educated. You know, I moved here to Australia 25 years ago. I think 24 years ago. Someone brought it up on SBS, is the channel that shows like weird things and foreign language things as well. It's kind of like ABC in the US, but it's specifically for foreign language. And Eurovision is like this song competition that happens in Europe, and it just brings out the weirdness and stuff, like English second language, but mostly for commercial reasons they do it. They do super artistic things up on stage, and they do it like in a lot of fun. Like in Europe, they have dress up parties where they'll watch the Eurovision. It happens over several days, and all the countries in Europe compete to win this competition. And whatever country wins, they host the competition the next. So it's kind of like the Olympics, or like the All-Star game, but for European music. And this stuff gets weird. So we kind of want to run like a Eurovision type song competition. If you have no idea, first of all, don't go away from this live, but go watch some YouTube videos about it, and then watch Will Ferrell's movie called Eurovision Song Competition. He had the same exact experience as me, going, "What the frig is this?" And he was so taken by about it. He made a movie about it. Like I saw an interview. He's like, "Everything is weird. I love it. It's some kind of awesome weird, and I'm gonna do it." So I want to do that. Dom wants to do. We've been talking about who else have we talked about with that? Toby. Talked to Toby about it. Yeah, Toby's been in on it as well. Paul Wonder, who I've been talking about a bit through the website. I'm one of the 12 people in the U.S. that watches it every year. It is incredible. Main Records. Sorry, Eurovision is wild. It's yeah. I think so. So this seals the deal. We should be doing this.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think it definitely shows that it's a good idea. We should make it happen.
What an interesting way to flesh this out, because I was thinking it's going to be awesome. I'd love to see what people come out with. Like, I'm going to put out there, Jailhouse Lock's going to be right up there for a Eurovision type entry for sure.
Definitely.
Cool.
Definitely.
What I'm going to do, yeah. I'll spin up another song. Because there's a segue. I want to talk about the future of this community, at least a segment of it. Mellow Delight, big on Eurovision. Let's see. Let me know when you're accepting entries. Yeah, okay. Zanzibar is going to be right up there with as well. Very Eurovision-y. Yes, and Epoch Ensemble. Yes, Australia is part of it as well. That's only been in the last few years. We sort of get like a mercy. Like a token gesture, we're allowed to be in it, but we didn't used to be out in it because we're not part of Europe. But we got like a token entry now. Not like the Commonwealth Games. We're sort of part of the Commonwealth, so we skirt into that one. But Eurovision was its own thing. But guys, like Eurovision is just incredible. I'm on the AI Music Society Facebook page. I can't find Dom's newsletter or where to sign up for the email list. That's Tika Carr. Tika Carr has been very, very active in the comments. I've got an interview all lined up and teed up for Tika Carr to be played, I think, not this week, but the following week. September is going to be all women interviews that I have on record. I wanted to have September the month of women because I put a call out about a month ago saying there's not enough women engagement through my channel. And women seem to be really standoffish as far as being interviewed compared to men. And there's a low percentage uptake in this area, and I just want to change that. One of the communities I've started over the years was getting women locally here into baseball in my local club, and over years, like it was really hard to get going. But now at that club, there's like repeatedly 2 teams that compete in that club every year. I've sort of detached because I've sort of moved interstate, but I like to have women engagement and things. I would like to see that. But anyway, we'll spin up a song. I'll bring up over here.
Before you spin it up.
Yes.
Let me address Tika. Tika, if you're in the group, look across the top. There'll be a thing that says guides. You click on guides, you'll find the newsletter and the past newsletters. You'll also find some other neat stuff. There's some really cool stuff in there. So just if you can't find it, send me a message and I'll help you get to it. Maybe later tonight or tomorrow.
Cool. And Zanzibar.
By the way, approximately 15% of our membership in the society is women.
Yeah.
So they are very underrepresented, I think.
Last I checked, when I put the call out for mine, it was like well under 10%.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons I like AI music is people in that come anyways, people that come through me, a lot of them are they lost contact with any sort of passion project because they got married, had kids, responsibilities took over, they go to work, they come home exhausted, go to bed, kids move out of the house, you get a bit of time and you reconnect to a passion project. And and I think women have a little bit more struggle reconnecting to passion projects. And this isn't me saying this. This is women have told me this. So I'm not mansplaining things. Like women have told me this. I'm just repeating stuff that's been told to me, that women have a much tougher time, guilt around connecting to passion projects. AI music is a passion project, and there's a lot of different ways you can get involved in it, even just the community aspect of it of its own. So we want to facilitate that. Dom also obviously wants to facilitate that as well. And Tika is talking about it as well. So, yep, all those things. Anything else you want to say about it before I spin up the song?
Spin the song.
Okay. Here we are in the wheel. I'm going to remember to do a refresh. See if any new songs. Oh no. Server not found. No. Oh. I think I'm in the beta phase. I don't think T-Myth is here today. Or
I haven't seen them.
Oh man. Can I go to an older version? Okay, it's back on. It's back on. Here we go. I'm gonna refresh. Woo! Scary. Couldn't tag you, but put the post under it. Look for Dan's files. Yeah, cool. Oh, it's coming. I think this server is rebooting. Whatever they're hosting, whatever cloud stuff. Oh no, internet died. Which it wouldn't be surprising. Like, you would not believe how bad the internet here is in Queensland. Like, it was
really?
Like internet in Australia is, I was going to say third world, but I already know that I have some subscribers in third world countries where their internet is fantastic compared to here. Oh no, connection's timed out. Let's see. Let me see. I do want to spin one up. Should I pull something out of the AI Music Society on the sharing?
That's not a bad idea.
That's a roundabout way. So explain the post that I'm going to. The share somebody else's thing.
Oh, sure. So the way we run the society wall, the structure is you can't promote, no self-promoting, no music posting, channel posting, with very few exceptions on the wall. Every day there's a daily sharing post where you can put your own music on it. And then there's a daily shout out post where you can post somebody else's music and then say, hey, this is what I really liked about it. You guys should check this out. They have other, whatever positive things you can say about it. You throw that in the daily shout out. And it's just a nice way to support each other and help each other find, fellow artists and music that they maybe wouldn't normally listen to or stumble across. So it's kind of neat. If you'll jump into one of those posts, Matt, and grab something, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. I'm just right now, I got Sunday and Saturday sharing for some reason. Let me just see if I can find it here.
Sunday sharing would be the most recent.
Yeah. AI Music Society group song contest. Oh, here we go. Sunday shout out. There we go. So I'm gonna randomly pick one here.
It was today. You gonna?
I'll randomly pick one. Okay. I'll do this one here. So this is just until the spinning wheel goes up. I'm sure it's just it's definitely not a network issue because I'm talking here, but it'd be, what am I doing? It would be some sort of cloud problem with the cloud. Okay. Get past the ad. Yep, there's an ad. Oh, one of my favorite actors is the ad.
Who's that?
Did you ever watch The Shield?
Yeah.
Deal with these buttons, Dick.
I've never driven a...
That The Shield was great.
Shield was like my favorite show that ever was on TV. So Walton Goggins was on it for the thing. He's the guy that played Shane Van Drell.
Yeah, love that guy.
Cool. So this is Dan Dingled, Spaghetti on Top of Spaghetti. This is so random. I don't even know what it is, but this is your reward for sharing somebody else's song. Is going to be featured. This is the giving nature of the AI Music Society. There's a post in there where you can share somebody else's song that you think is good. This is one that's being shared. Actually, I'll do a shout out to the person that did the sharing. How about that? So that's shared by, oh, great. I got a Gurmukh Mangia. Gurmukh Mangia shared this one. Spaghetti on top of spaghetti. This has weird written all over it. I just know.
I can't wait to hear it and see it.
Spaghetti on top of spaghetti. 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 Spaghetti on top
I dare you to let me build you
no.
a completely free e-commerce store.
Oh no, it hits an ad. Oh no, song's over. Oh jeez. That is that what it's like when I play ads? Oh man. You know what? It started off going, oh geez. What's his name again? Gurmukh Mangia. Let's all hunt him down. You know, but then it was like, you know, I started smiling somehow.
Yeah. I love that people put stuff like, it's unconventional, and I
Yeah.
love that people put that out there. I think it's great.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
I'll tell you what I enjoy. Just I like things that aren't necessarily a commercial success, or maybe they have a very small audience, even in the indie market, that people do. But I like the technology because people can do whatever the frig they want, and you don't have to worry about, like, I think of, like, in the traditional music sense, right? If you're going to spend time making a song, you got to be pretty confident of it, because it's a lot of time to think of the lyrics, to produce it, to get with the band, studio time, and all that stuff. So you can't experiment with doing stupid stuff like that for fun. Like, you couldn't just make a song and go like, I just want to have fun with it and laugh, and hopefully people will enjoy it, because it may just be a whole bunch of waste of your time. It's like, I always think, like, in the case of, like, digital cameras, right? When digital cameras came out, I remember people saying, you know, like, I just take a whole bunch of, like, 100 shots. I couldn't do that with film because it's a waste of money. You know, and I'm wasting film. Like, you got to buy a whole roll of film. With digital, you just, like, do a whole bunch and you delete what you don't want. You take a whole bunch more photos. You know?
You know, I think that was great. It looks like Zanzibar's asking if that was a tribute to the flying spaghetti monster.
Yeah, we don't talk about the flying spaghetti monster.
I don't know why I know what you're talking about. Like, I forgot about the flying spaghetti monster. I don't have my colander, which you're supposed to wear on your head. Yeah.
Well, we made an agreement not to talk about certain subjects, and flying spaghetti monster is one of them.
You're right. You should edit that out in the post production.
In the post live.
We did actually agree we weren't going to talk about that. So
yeah, nice.
Yeah, my bad.
So, well, we don't know. It could be about that anyway. We have no idea. I'm completely ignorant. I'm wondering if that wheel's working now. I wonder if I'm just curious. No, I'm not going to spin up another song now. It's hard to follow that.
That last song, that would be great for TikTok, man. You can make some with the repetitive nature of it. I think you could really,
there's all, like, honestly, there is probably a commercial value, because kids, we have we have this saying at my house, and my 12-year-old is hilarious. It's called 4 words. You know what those 4 words are? Kids are stupid. Right? And kids love stuff like that. Repetitive and about spaghetti, right?
Yeah, I mean, in fact, next time we have spaghetti and meatballs in this house, which is quite often, that is going to play during the prep.
Yeah,
we're gonna play that song for sure.
I'm just gonna play it in the car. It's like it's corn. We can have all. It's corn. A big lump of nubs. It's got the juice.
I love that.
I would be playing that right now if it wasn't for this live.
Somebody should redo that with AI.
Yeah, right. Well, we can do it right now. I can do. It's corn. A big lump. It's got the juice. It's got the juice. Didn't know I could sing.
Can you? I don't know.
Well, you might have a bit of a delay. It's, the bandwidth that's probably ruining things.
It's probably making you sound the way you sounded. Yeah.
Which is awesome. So let me just plug the future of this community. And
cool.
It's not going to be so exclusive. Like, if you're not part of this, like, you're not part of the community. Like, I love what the community is. But I like future looking, and I'll mention it before, but I'll just keep mentioning it again because I'm going to be interviewing somebody in the next few days, which it'll go live at the end of the month, that is very much in charge of. I talk about the John Fawcett Foundation all the time, which is the John Fawcett Foundation goes. They're based in Indonesia, and they do cataract removal surgery and different sorts of eye surgery, and they provide glasses for people that are vision impaired, or different vision thing. They create on the spot like artificial eyes for like children, so when they go to school they're not teased. This is all like remote out in Indonesia, like some of the poorest places you can imagine, and their family members will get them there. And a lot of times it's people that are the main breadwinners or the only breadwinners. They're completely blind. This helps them, et cetera, et cetera. So the charity that runs the tours to get people out to see this is called Love Heart Travel. And that's the person, Cass is the person I was dealing with, that I went on the trip back in October 2 years ago to go out and see the work that was done. And like, you have to have dreams with a channel when you're putting stuff together, right? In a community. And what I want to have is like an elevated part of the community that's a little bit tight knit and works on stuff, but also I want to run a trip with Love Heart Travel that goes to Indonesia, and we all go together. Like, the experience of going together is its own thing as well, but and it is life-changing, and it's life-changing for different ways for people. Like, I couldn't help but be completely connected to these people. They don't just go like, oh, because you get out there, I guess, if you're like in a really impoverished area, like anybody that can fly overseas is rich, right? And I guess like in communities that I've grown up with, is you go like, you're rich, you should be doing that anyway, right? Like, there's no appreciation for people, someone that has more than you actually giving. You just think, well, you should do that anyway. The attitudes that these people, they weren't that, right? Like, these people have nothing, and they weren't like, well, you should be doing something anyway. The look in their faces and the way they approach you is like, my father would be blind for the rest of his life if you didn't donate a little bit of money. And I just, the way that they express their appreciation is a way that I want to be because of that. I don't want to take things for granted. I want to appreciate stuff. That's like when I've talked about in the past, like people, this channel costs a bit of money to run, and I see someone made a $5 donation earlier. Like, that hits me in the same way. I don't go like, well, it's, just $5. Like I appreciate stuff more because I've seen that life-changing work. And I want people, and I want to go with like 5, 10, 15 people in this community to do a trip like that with people out in Indonesia and experience that with them, and let them sort of experience that life change. I know it's not going to be for everybody, but like, that's a dream that I have.
I think it's a wonderful dream, and I think you're going to achieve that for sure.
Yeah,
there's no question. I mean, that would just be a tremendous experience on so many levels. And with your channel, just think of the exposure you could, additional exposure you can give the foundation, by documenting all of that. I think it's
and
amazing.
we've raised some money. Like, I have gotten donations. Like, I've raised over $500 over time in giving it directly to them. And $500 is like several eye surgeries. Like,
it's awesome.
in the triple digits for the eye surgery. So
really,
just think like I just got a little bit of chills of it. Like, if you have donated towards the John Fawcett Foundation through this channel, we have improved the lives of not just the person that gets the eye surgery, which is incredible, but everybody around that, like their family, like, they can see their father, their grandfather, daughter, whatever, experience life in a new sort of way, in a good way. And like I've mentioned 100 times before, like, maybe that person that couldn't see was the only person that could work. So now that person could work in the whole family, and a lot of times extended family, and they have a life now, right? Like, they've got money they can eat,
Yeah.
That's the sort of
Yeah,
stuff I want to bring people to, so you can experience that it matters. Stuff matters to people, even if you know, like, it's only unless you see it, it's a concept. I've donated a little bit of money, but it's incredible to me. It's incredible. I wouldn't have known unless I'd been there, and that's what I want for other people, basically. So
I think it's wonderful what you do for that foundation.
I appreciate that, but also, like, that's what I'm talking about, the point of community and subscribing to the channels. Like, I've never, for this channel, thought like the whole purpose. Well, I suppose when I started out, I just wanted to be a successful person, build an audience. But soon after that, it was like, there's no point for me to have a whole bunch of numbers if it doesn't mean something besides like whatever money I can make off of it and a whole bunch of numbers. Like, it would be empty to me. So I think a lot of other YouTubers that are out there that do pranks and stuff, I mean, I guess people are young and they don't have enough life experience to see what, I don't know, but I think people could do more good with stuff, and I'd like to see that. So
was that a surprise to you? So when you got into this in the beginning, like you said, your focus was on let's build, the audience. Were you surprised by this wonderful group of people that you kind of stumbled into?
Yeah, it happened. It happened a weird. I didn't expect that in that way. I've heard a lot of times, like, YouTubers that, like, people that do gaming YouTubing, right? And a lot of them build a community, and they'll talk about, you have to love what you do. You can't just do it for the sake of doing it. I sort of understood that as a concept, sort of, but I never really thought, I couldn't visualize a thing on YouTube that I could do where I could do that in a meaningful way. So that was still just a concept. So, when I started, like I said, I wanted to do AI tools, learn how to do AI tools, and then consult businesses to implement those AI tools. But I wanted to have like a bit of credibility around that with an audience. That's how it started out. It was always an intent to, while doing that, support the John Fawcett Foundation as well. But then I found AI music, and it may even have been in your community or one of the other ones, where people were saying, well, you shouldn't share ideas with anybody else, they're just going to steal them. And I went, well, I like AI music. I think that's bullshit. I think people should be sharing, right? And then I just sort of flipped. I'm like, I'm gonna fully invest in that. And like I said, I've had experience with building communities in the past that I loved a lot, but it's sort of a smaller engagement. Back in 2003, when I built that online community around Battlefield 1942 was the one I built it around. There was maybe 20 people. And when I build communities around baseball, like, it was beautiful. Like, I'll show up to those women's games and I just have a warm feeling, like, watching these people. Like, I'll think it's not an arrogance thing. It's just like a joy thing. Like, I watch them interact with each other and they're friends, and they now go to poker games at mutual friends' house, and they're friends with each other. And I go, like, if I didn't have the thought to do that, this team wouldn't happen, and they wouldn't be going to poker games together. They wouldn't know each other. And obviously, like, a lot of the women know each other around other leagues and stuff too, but I think it's like, I feel that shit, right? But then I thought with YouTubing and something that's growing, I saw the numbers around, like, well, that's not 20 people. That could be 20,000 people that I can say, like, that if I create like a purpose around it and people agree with that purpose, there's billions of people in the year. I could grow a community around that purpose to be thousands, right? Mm-hmm. And because they're engaged in the same way that I'm engaged, and they have the same value system in a lot of ways that I do, it's just going to be back and forth, feeding. The joy is going to feed each other back and forth, and it'll keep growing that way. And like you say, you like it in yours, you sort of moderate it and you curate it, what's there. And people aren't going to, like, I curate it in the way that I put out the same message all the time. This is what I believe in. This is the stuff I like. I want it to be there for people. And if people think that's bullshit, then they won't come here in the first place. They might, but they'll piss off. And I think I have people in this community that come up every week because they're picking up what I'm putting down, and in their way, they put it out as well. So it was a surprise, but I've built smaller communities around similar things before. But it was a surprise that how consistently people show up when there's no motivation other than just showing up and being a good person and supporting people. That's what I want to see, because you never see that. You never see that out in the wild, in a small circle that you live in if people just continuously giving to people for no reason other than the good feeling that it is to give.
Absolutely. I think we're going to have a mutiny if you don't spin the wheel.
Okay.
Apparently it's working again.
Is it working again? Let's have a check.
You have to refresh
please,
it.
Please. I have been refreshing. Problem loading page. Jeez. Maybe if I open another browser.
Yeah, maybe you need to.
Maybe I'll open another browser. Let's see. Maybe it doesn't like Firefox. It's not.
It's not working.
Main records. I think he's deep in conversation and delayed chat. Is he looking at the chat? No, I'm not.
I was.
They're saying the wheel is fixed. It's not working. Can you guys confirm if it's working or not? Because it's not working for me.
Yeah, your user account was suspended probably.
You know, they told me some positive juju to Matt's screen. Hold
Nice.
Control and refresh. Okay, so I'll do a hard refresh then.
There you go. See what you did there? I like what you did there.
What did I do?
Well, Tiga said do control and refresh, and you're like, I'm going to do a hard refresh because I know what that means.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes,
That's right. That's
good.
a very technical, and I want to show that off.
I only learned that recently, by the way.
Yeah.
Control.
Yeah, everybody's saying it's not loading. Yeah, maybe they revoked my VIP status, which I invented yesterday. Then they implemented.
You broke it you were such a VIP, you broke it.
I know, because I'm using it too much. Can you do me a favor, Dom? You're the AI Music Society guy. Why don't you pick one of the ones from your community, and we'll play up that one. Send me a link. Send me a link. Well, in one of the
no pressure.
send me a link on WhatsApp.
Oh,
That's right.
Shut up. Boy.
That's
On
right.
WhatsApp?
Me and Dom are WhatsApp friends. Just so you know, I'm not gonna protest this wheel. I love the wheel. Like I said, it's sentient. It's yesterday when I was doing that European session, I spun up a song, and it ended up being a song that was, and like I said, my genre isn't necessarily hip hop, but I like some of the hip hop stuff that comes through, and it was a beautifully put together hip hop song that was loving towards people in the community that have inspired that person and give that person a reason to do stuff, right? And we're sort of might be naming it the sentient wheel now, because you had your heartfelt thing today, and the wheel goes, okay, I'm going to play this sort of powerful rock melody thing. It's the wheel's sentient, so maybe it's taking a break. Maybe it's what we call here in Australia, it's having a bit of a smoko.
All right, I almost have one for you. Hang on a second.
So T-Myth on Discord just now said for now and log in with his Gmail and open up the session. Matt T says you can use. All right, I'm gonna go into my Discord.
Oh, you're not gonna play the one?
I'll play your song. How about that? I'll play your song. Yeah, that. Right. Like it's, every single thing here, every single week, I've got to text something. So I don't want to tech that right at the moment. I'll get into the Discord while the song's playing. How about that? Cool. Bring this up. So
hang on a minute. Hang on.
Yeah.
Did you bring it up already?
I'm bringing it up. I got the song you brought up. Yeah.
All right, hang on a second here.
Crackjaw Records. I love that I see people that I know who they are, like every time. Did you just send me something else?
Nope, I think I got you the right. I don't know if this is the. Hang on here.
Dom's picking his favorite child. Just make it clear that you're not. Yeah, make it clear that you're not.
Oh, you're killing me. Hang on a second.
I'm gonna play it.
Yeah, no, I send you the one?
No, I thought, but you kept talking. I thought, oh, there's some other thing I need to know about. I can bring it in.
No, it's a great tune.
Okay, here we go.
Can you hear me still?
Yeah,
no?
I can still hear. I haven't flipped over. You're still.
Very
much on.
This is from Stephen McDonald, one of our moderators, and he recently posted this, so I think it's pretty neat.
Steven's very much part of the community, but we'll play it now.
We said goodbye like we meant it, but we both left something behind. Now I see your face in a stranger's, and I hear you laughing mine. Tried deleting all your pictures, but I know where they all were saved. You're a ghost in every playlist. I pretend I'm not replaying. You moved on like it's a race, but I'm still stuck in place. We were fireworks, now I'm sparks in the rain. Got your name like a scar in my brain. Told my friends that I'm over it too, but I lied, yeah, I still think of you. We were too loud to fade so fast. Burned so bright, but we didn't last. Still I fall all over again. If you just said when. I'll still wear the jacket you left. Said I'd toss it, I never did. It's not the fabric, it's the memories. I can't shake off what we did. You show up in every silence, like the calm before the ache. And I swear I'm good without you, till I'm wide awake. You moved on like it's a race, but I'm still stuck in place. We were fireworks, now I'm sparks in the rain. Got your name like a scar in my brain. Told my friends that I'm over it too, but I lied, yeah, I still think of you. We were too loud to fade so fast. Burned so bright, but we didn't last. Still I fall all over again. If you just said when. If you feel it too, don't pretend. Just say the word and I'll hit send. We don't need a second try. We just need one more night. We were fireworks, now I'm sparks in the rain. Got your name like a scar in my brain. Told my friends that I'm over it too, but I lied, yeah, I still think of you. We were too loud to fade so fast. Burned so bright, but we didn't last. Still I fall all over again. If you just said when.
There you go, Stephen McDonald. And I mean, most people probably know the incredible part about this is that Stephen's completely blind and he makes his own music videos.
Yeah. No, it's amazing. Absolutely amazing and inspirational too.
Yeah.
We have two people that I don't know what the right way to say it is, that are
You
blind.
say, well, one of them's vision impaired, the one I think you're about to talk about. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's very inspiring to me, and I think we're blessed to have those two guys in the community for sure.
Yeah.
It's good quality stuff.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. Like it's healing and it gives people something, and that's the value of AI too. Like, I've talking to Steven separately outside of this. Like, he's just an incredible guy in general. Like,
For sure.
I don't know if you knew, like, one of the cool things about Steven is, he just decides to do things and just does it.
Mm-hmm.
So he lives up in Canada, right? But he's not, like, he's completely blind. And one day he decided that he's just going to be a backpacker. So he took his helper dog and just started backpacking around Canada one day, like, with no help, just him and his dog. Like, how do you do that? Well, I don't
inspiration.
think it was a massively planned thing either. I think he said, you know, F this. I'm going to take a year to go backpacking.
I'll tell you what, he doesn't. People don't realize how much of a badass he really is.
Yeah, I realize to whatever extent I can, but he's just, you know, a lot of people in the world, like they don't do a lot of things. He just does things.
Yeah, yeah, and we'd all be better off if we sometimes just didn't overthink. But man, if you ever figure out how not to overthink, let me know, because that would be very valuable information.
Yeah. So let me just see. I think the spinning wheel might be. They said something about a domain problem. So I don't know if that means like they've exhausted the data. I saw something about a database. So they may have exceeded the amount of data they can store in that database. Guide dog. That is the word I'm looking for.
That's the word. Yeah.
Yes.
What did you say? Helper dog?
Helper dog. Yeah. Well, I mean, technically speaking.
Yeah.
Guide dog. I guess hopefully his guide dog doesn't hear it, because that could be very politically incorrect. And if his dog's like, excuse me, I'm a guide dog. You know, like, I know you can get a lot of trouble for a lot of things now. I might get in a lot of trouble, like when I go, like I'll be in Massachusetts next week around Boston. And every time I'm there, because when I left the U.S., like you could basically talk about anything, you talk shit or whatever, you're not going to start getting a lot of trouble. And Australia is still very much that way. So I came here, and I can just talk shit all the time and not take it too serious. When I go back there, people are like, oh, you can't talk like that anymore. like whatever. So hopefully I'm not also going to get in trouble with guide dogs.
No, I think if you look, I think where people get in trouble is they don't realize that you should just try to piss everybody off.
True.
And then, you know,
I was in the National Guard for 6 years. You wouldn't believe the shit we would talk back then, and it's probably still the same way now. You know.
Yeah.
Got to show him a few tricks on live streaming. Wish I could know the context of that. It's working on my end. I don't know about Matt. I wish he'd do a video called Discord instead of Riverside. Makes communication a bit difficult. I'm not on Riverside now.
Yeah.
So take that, she's SHS Slayer. She Slayer. I get in trouble for that too. Let's see.
Or is it Slayer?
It's just easier to say. She Slayer. Let me just see if I can refresh this.
I love SHS Slayer.
Yeah, it's harder to say. I'm very lazy. The problem is I'm not so much fussed about, you know, not being able to spin the wheel. Although people did take the time to register, and you know, so there's not much we can do about it. But the thing is, this is hit the 2 hour mark. I usually try to keep it at 2 hours.
Yeah.
But this works out well for me actually, because the last song that I play is always random, and the last song that I play is always a T-shirt winner from the store. But if it can't be random, it's not really, you know, I can't really give away a T-shirt.
So what are you gonna do?
Well, I'll definitely play out. Let me see if we'll go to the questions anyway. We'll see what anybody's got questions. Or no, we don't prefer service animals. Service dogs are different from guys. So there you go. Service dogs are different.
If you look at Sansara, and that's Steven.
They don't fall under the same thing. Although so Steven is obviously copying a lot of shit from his dog now. Sorry, actually that's not true. Sorry, Steven. But we did say you're badass.
Yeah, I mean, you can't get mad at us for anything.
And they prefer service animals. So now there's a whole thing. I opened up a shit can of worms right now. I opened up one of those springy can of worms, but in there was shit. And now not just the can of worms is sprayed out, the shit's flying everywhere.
Well, it's better than a bag of dicks. I don't know.
So I've moved away from the bag of dicks.
No, no, I'm never gonna let you live that down. Ever.
I gotta make a T-shirt that's a bag of dicks. But Guide Theno, aka Unicorn, that Zanzibar is gonna say something like it. So what should we do? I'll try to refresh this one more time. I think we're not gonna be in any luck here. Discord is hard to use, at least for me. Geez, I don't even know. This is like the best part of this chat so far now is talking about what service dogs are technically called. What we will play out. We will play out because the chat goes for a long time anyway, and the value is in the chat. Even after I stop the stream, the chat goes on for ages until YouTube decides that it's done. What should we do? Dilly Hits, sup? I was plugging your thing, so I hope you appreciate that and make a sizable donation. Now's the time to do sizable donations. What should we do? I think you're hosting it. We're talking about community, and we're talking about your community specifically. You know what I want to do? You know what I'm going to do? Because we're talking about community in general. I'm going to go to my website. I'm going to go the first submission that I see that is an unread email. I'm going to pick and I'm going to play.
Awesome.
I'm not even going to curate it. Like you're going to hear live. You're going to hear the random things that I see when I come through my mailbox, and I'm going to play that. And that's what we're going to play out. And that's who's going to win the T-shirt. So, okay, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 unread. Cool. I'm going to see. There's 2 of them here, 3 of them here that are clearly submissions. The other ones are continuing of conversations. So, you go here. This person is, the artist name is 100 Seconds to Midnight. They haven't written anything about themselves. They've got a bio. All right, here's one. Here we go. Cool. I have not replied to this. I've not had any conversation whatsoever with this person. So this is random. The first one that come through that's unread. I'm so excited that I've only had that many more emails to get through. Usually, like if I go too long, I get like 40, and I'll just be like, you know what, Matthew, you've just got to do it. Cool. Yeah. This is 100 Seconds of Midnight. I'm going to play this out. This is going to be the end of the segment. We'll play it out. This person's won a T-shirt. Do you have anything that you want to talk about, plug, or anything before we lead out?
No, I just hope that everybody stays tuned and watches for the release of the contest app that's being tested right now. If you want to help test it, reach out to me directly in Facebook through the AI Music Society group. Send me a private message, and I'll check my message, junk mail folder and everything. I'm looking for more people to help with that. And I just want to thank all of the people who contribute to the community, not just the AI Music Society, but AI Music Fight Club and some of the other ones. Matt, your community, there's so much overlap. And, I just thank you all for being here and letting me be a part of this because it means a lot to me, and I really appreciate it. Matt, I appreciate you. Thank you for doing what you do and for having me on the show.
Dude, you're always welcome on my show. Hopefully at some point. Also, my camera died, so it's just a thing of you right now. I went to your screen. Made it most of the way. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. We talk all the time. When you feel comfortable with doing another interview, we've talked about me being on yours. I appreciate that, and we'll do yours. I have played Ghost of You. I don't know if it's the same artist. It was one of my favorite ones back in the time, but we'll play this. We'll play this out. This is 100 Seconds to Midnight. We'll play out. Thanks, Don, for being here, and here we go.